Today on the Trend Out Loud podcast. How could TMZ have the audacity to release the pictures of Liam Payne? Like, that's just disgusting. I know we're supposed to believe all accusers, but Kanye West's former assistant's allegations of sexual assault is pure lies. You know there's going to be suspicions around his. YouTube is going to start YouTubing. I'm sure Jaguar Wright is going to have something to say. Drizzy Drake and J-Lo have been texting each other every day? Okay, Big Drizzy. What up? It's Trend Out Loud, and I'm back with another episode. All right, it's my favorite day of the week. It's Friday. Yo, I'm super excited to kick off the weekend. But of course, you know, I got to deliver this show to y'all before I do. All right, I got a good show set up for you guys today. I got 5 lead stories. We're going to talk about Liam Payne and the suspicion that is circling around his death. Our second lead story, Kanye West's former assistant speaks out. Third lead story, Big Meech is actually not a free man. Fourth lead story, Drake and J-Lo dating rumors. And then finally, our fifth lead story, I'm going to debunk a Diddy allegation surrounding his baby oil. Then when we're done with lead stories, we're going to jump into quick news. We're going to talk about Erica Mena and Safaree, Fat Joe, Lizzo, and T.I.'s son being arrested. Then when we're done with quick news, we're going to close out the show as we always do with everyone's favorite segment, question of the day. If we have time, I got 2 questions of the day, and then we're going to close out with sports news. Y'all know what time it is. Turn your TVs, your radio, or your devices up. I'm about to start this show. Let's go. Former One Direction group member Liam Payne has passed away at 31 years old. All right, we're going to take this one step at a time. I'm going to tell you guys about him passing away, the confirmation of him passing away from authorities, and then I'm going to tell you about all the speculation that's going on online about Liam Payne's death, okay? So first of all, Liam Payne, the iconic boy band member, One Direction, has passed away at age 31 years old at an Argentinian hotel where he was staying. The incident was confirmed by several witnesses Wednesday afternoon, according to TMZ. They also said the star was acting erratic in the hotel lobby earlier that day. He had apparently been carried back to his room after smashing his laptop. The news comes after the group recently reunited on a concert outing earlier this month. Payne revealed that he battled with addiction and thoughts of in the past. Earlier this week, his ex-fiancée claimed that he had left her and requested that she have an abortion. RIP to Liam. All right, so that was the report that came out, I think it was Wednesday, like night around ish, okay? Then, of course, there was a lot of speculation online, on his own, did somebody push him out? However, even though there was a lot of speculation, they put this out yesterday, on Thursday, okay? It says, police said they arrived to the hotel after they received a call about an aggressive man who could be under the influence of drugs and alcohol. According to the New York Post, inside the hotel room, images taken after his death show a disturbing scene. There were reportedly a smashed TV, a half-empty glass of what appeared to be champagne, foil, and powder scattered across the room. Photos of the desk show Dove soap packets and empty glasses of remain burned candles and a burnt top of a can, along with traces of a white powder that authorities will test to confirm if it could be cocaine. There was also wax and burn foil found inside the bathtub. All right. Liam's body was found on the ground floor with a bottle of whiskey, a lighter, and a cell phone. Police also found several blister packets of medication, including Cozamiapan, sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, energy drinks, and other over-the-counter remedies. All right, so that's the report, okay? That's a report of all of the drugs and the paraphernalia and the stuff that was found in his room. So a couple of things to note. There were witnesses that saw him. There were witnesses before. But what a lot of people are speculating is that although there was witnesses seeing him being erratic and the fact that he was obviously drunk, and of course they finding the drugs in his room, Of course, you know, there's always going to be conspiracy theories around anytime a celebrity passes away. Was he pushed? Was, you know, did somebody, you know, lace the drugs, whatever, et cetera, et cetera. I think it's really too early to start speculating. You guys let me know what you think in the comment section below. Do you guys think, or send me an email, trent@cfqr600.com. What do you guys think about this? I think it's way too early to start the speculation. Of course, the police are starting their investigation. We'll find out, you know, if that white powder is actually cocaine, the other things. We will see. We, of course, will keep you guys up to date with this story. Of course, RIP to Liam, and of course, sending condolences to his family. But I'm interested to know what you guys think. All right, so that is Liam Payne. Let's jump over now to Kanye West's former assistant speaking out her sexual assault lawsuit against him, and Diddy. Let's just go over to that right now. Kanye West's former assistant, Lauren, who is suing him for allegedly drugging her and sexually assaulting her with Diddy, speaks out against the hate she's been receiving lately. I'm one of those people who are hating on you. Like I said, I get on this podcast every day and report, especially for the past 3 or 4 weeks now, all these allegations with Diddy and these other celebrities who may be included. And, you know, I always say, listen, believe everybody, give everybody a chance in court. And then once we have the proof, then we can decide, right? But with this girl, Lauren, for those of you who didn't watch the podcast last week, Lauren is suing Diddy and Kanye for sexual assault, but she was in a relationship with Kanye for 3 or 4 years. She tried to sue Kanye a couple of months ago. He countersued her. That got thrown out. And now, because this whole Diddy thing is coming up, now she's coming back and trying to sue him again and saying, oh, by the way, I know you guys didn't believe me a couple of months ago, but he also did it with Diddy. Kanye West has text messages between him and her where they both are sending nudes to each other. They both are sending videos to each other. They have videos of them sleeping together. And now I know that just because you're dating somebody doesn't mean that you cannot sexually abuse them. I get that. But there's a lot of holes and there's a lot of speculation. It seems to me like she is just doing this for clout and to try to get online. Hence probably why she put out this video. So I shouldn't have taken the bait, but I did. Anyways, let's jump over to her video and hear what she has to say. All right, take a listen.
Okay, so typically I ignore stuff like this, but the hate I've been receiving lately has been overwhelming. I want to know like what's going through some of your heads when you type things like go kill yourself, or I hope your car crashes and sets on fire and you die a slow, painful death.
So this girl is an alleged victim and she decides to get on her phone and record and ask people why they're sending her messages that are not nice and telling her to go and harm herself. There's certain things I had to bleep out. Obviously I couldn't play them on air, but again, this doesn't seem like a victim to me. This sounds like somebody, who's trying to get a come up off of Kanye West and Diddy. So I don't like this girl. Of course, I'm not sending her, messages like that. And I don't think anybody should. But I just don't like this girl, don't like this story, and I don't believe her. All right, let's go over now to Big Meech. Everybody, including me, was like, yo, Big Meech is home. Big Meech is home. Big Meech is not free. He's in a halfway house. Let's go over to the story right now. A Federal Bureau of Prison spokesman tells me Big Meech was transferred yesterday from FCI Coleman Low to community confinement, which is house arrest. Big Meech has been projected to be released January the 27th. All right, so Big Meech yesterday everybody was like online. Even LeBron James was posting about it because the Jasmine brand had broken the news that Big Meech was free. For those of you who didn't see yesterday's podcast, Big Meech is a revered and renowned drug dealer for the past 20 years that made it big in the music industry. 50 Cent made a show about him called BMF. So everybody was excited. Some people kind of got some backlash. People were excited that he's home. Yes, he obviously did wrong in his life, but it's 20 years ago. He paid his debt to society, and now he wants to come out and do good. So that's where the excitement comes from. But more importantly, the news was a little bit wrong. He has been released from jail, but he's still in a halfway house. So he's not completely free. So shout out to Meech, shout out to Little Meech too, and BMF. But we still have to wait till January the 27th for Big Meech to be completely free. All right. So now let's go and talk about J-Lo and Drake texting each other every day for the past couple of months. Let's jump over to that right now. Drake and Jennifer Lopez have allegedly been texting every day following her split from Ben Affleck. Drake and Jennifer Lopez have allegedly been getting closer since she became a single woman. Sources recently claim that Drake, who is 37 years old, contacted Jennifer Lopez, who is 55 years old, almost immediately after she filed for divorce from Ben Affleck. Sources say, as soon as she filed the paperwork, Drake reached out. He's been very sweet and told her what a fool Ben is for letting her get away. And then he quickly let her know he's ready and willing to step in and satisfy her. Noting that Jennifer Lopez likely isn't considering a serious relationship with Drake, but he definitely meets her needs for a hookup, the sources say. He's very intelligent and romantic, and she can count on him to be discreet because he's always kept her secrets in the past. It's still in the sexting stage, but she loves hearing from him and shares sexy selfies. He's very quick to compliment her and lays it on pretty thick. I wonder who this source is that's telling people this. If you guys recall, Drake and Jennifer Lopez sparked dating rumors in 2016 after uploading cozy pictures of themselves to Instagram. Subsequent reports claim that the entertainers were also spot kissing at a prom theme party shortly after. Lopez confirmed that they were just hanging out in 2017, but never gave it any more than that. All right, that's really about it. Somebody else said that another source said they have their own history, they have a lot of chemistry, etc., etc. Yo, this might be Diddy getting back at Drake. You know what I'm saying? Like, I told you guys, I think it was last week, that how Jay Prince was the one who was backing Tony Busby to get at Diddy because Drake and Diddy have beef over a song track. And remember, Diddy apparently slapped Drake. So maybe this is Drake now digging in his heels even more at Diddy, be like, yo, you're in jail? Yeah, I'm gonna date your ex-girl, yo. Or it could just be Drake just being Drake, because, you know, Drake loves a pretty woman. So we'll see if this materializes. I think I would actually like to see them together, kind of oddly. I think they'd make a good couple. So shout out to the boy Drizzy. All right, let's close out lead stories with a story about Diddy. Diddy has an allegation about baby oil that is actually not true, that I want to tell you guys that I see floating online. All right, let's go over to that story right now. A new civil suit claims Diddy allegation using baby oil laced with popular R-wording drug GHB to assault his victims. According to Radar Online, a new civil lawsuit alleges that the bottles of baby oil seized from Diddy's LA and Miami home allegedly contained GHB, better known as a date R-word drug. According to Radar Online, the suit claims that the drug comes in a liquid form which can be absorbed in the skin and make it easy for victims to be assaulted. Contents of the bottle align with previous statements made by Damon Williams, the U.S. attorney for the Southern District of New York. Per his recent statements, he alleged that the freak-offs would last a few days and believe they found ecstasy and GHB amongst the party supplies. All right, so let me debunk this myth, okay? This is a civil suit. This is somebody in the civil suit saying that there is GHB in the baby oil. It has not been proven. It has not been tested. It has not been put out by the federal government. So everyone online is like, oh man, the bottles were late, da, da, da. And I actually talked about this last week. Yes, it's speculated that it could be that there is GHB or other drugs in the baby oil bottles. But you guys have to remember that civil lawsuits are very different from federal lawsuits. Civil lawsuits could, engage in a lot of hearsay because it's civil. It's just about money. Federal deals with straight, hard facts, and it has to be proven beyond a reasonable doubt. So we'll find these things out more in discovery or when the trial starts in May. But for now, there has not been anything proven or tested that we know of that there was any drugs or GHB or anything in those bottles of baby oil. This is an allegation from a civil suit, somebody saying they think there is GHB in the baby oil. Has not been confirmed. We don't know that yet. All right. So that's it with lead news. Let's jump over into quick news. We're going to talk about Erica Mena and Safaree, Fat Joe, Lizzo, and T.I.'s son being arrested in Georgia. And also stay tuned. Don't forget, we got question of the day and sports news. All right. Let's go to quick news right now. Erica Mena speaks on her and Safaree's recent social media battle. She said, "I'm committed to taking the initiative to stop this." All right, I am not going to talk long about this because I do not talk about relationship back and forth. These are times I wish I had a girl co-host, but I don't get down with that stuff, all right? I'm going to just read to you guys a little bit about it, though. Erica Mena releases a statement after her and her ex-husband, Safaree, have called each other out on social media and have released receipts against each claim. Erica says, "It's crucial that I put an end to this turmoil." She continues to share that she is taking the initiative to stop the back and forth as she relies on the justice system to help them lead towards their situation. This really was crazy. I think Wednesday night and all through Thursday. Safaree started out by putting out a video of Erica abusing him in front of their kids. I put air quotes for those who are not seeing the video. She pushed him. He made it sound a lot worse. She still shouldn't have done that in front of the kids, but it wasn't as bad as he made it seem. And then she came out with another video. Then he came out with another video of showing her breaking into his house with a ladder. And then one thing she did that I really didn't like, she put their daughter on video. And I'm not going to play a clip of it, but she's like, "Oh, tell me about daddy. Oh, what did daddy do to your brother?" And she was like, "Oh, my daddy hit my brother. And then my daddy kicked my brother." Like, the fact that she is putting her daughter online like that, and that will live on forever. Her daughter will see that one day. I think it's totally wrong. I think it's disgusting. That's another reason why I don't like talking about it. Part of me thinks that Erica and Safaree actually just staging this so that they could go viral. They're on these like reality shows, and this is how, this back and forth reality show gets down. And I don't even really watch reality TV. So, that's as much light that I'm giving to it. I mean, I do have to talk about it because it is super viral and everybody's talking about it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Are you on Erica's side? Or are you on Safaree's side? Or are you on my side that you just think it's completely just disgusting for both of them to even be putting these kind of things on social media, whether it be real or whether it be for them trying to, promote the reality show and get clicks and get likes? Like, it's just, regardless of whatever it is, it's wrong. You know what I mean? Like, if you're really trying to air somebody out, you're really mad at somebody, don't put their child on social media. Like, it's horrible. Anyways, let's jump over to a better story. Let's talk about Fat Joe. Fat Joe discusses raising a son with Down syndrome. During an interview with Shannon Sharpe, Fat Joe discusses his experience as a father raising a son with Down syndrome. While describing his son's mother, he stated, his mom was like, "Yo, I can't do this. I got to give him up for adoption." I have a little clip. This is really sad. But shout out to Fat Joe. Shout out to Shannon Sharpe for always having good interviews. But shout out to Fat Joe for being a good father to his son. And this story is not going viral. It's not huge out there. And I wanted to make sure that I covered it and talked about it, because if Fat Joe would have done something wrong, or if he would have done something illegal, it would have been everywhere. But showing, a brown minority black father highlighting and being a good father. Of course, it's not enough to go viral. So I wanted to make sure I covered it. So shout out to Fat Joe. Shout out to Shannon Sharp. And here's a clip of Fat Joe talking about him raising his son after his own mother, wanted to give him up for adoption and did not want to keep their son. Take a listen.
He's born, the doctor tells us he got Down syndrome, and his mother was like, yo, I can't do this. I'm gonna have to give him up for adoption. I never seen his mother again is what I'm trying to tell you.
Once again, man, shout out to Fat Joe. I salute you. All right, let's jump over into my girl, Lizzo. Lizzo avoids interview question about hostile work environment allegations. I love how Lizzo handled this. During Fortune Most Power Women event, Lizzo was asked about a recent allegation surrounding her name. If you recall, just last year, the artist was accused of creating a hostile work environment through sexual harassment and religious and racial discrimination. I have a little clip with Lizzo. I wouldn't say dodging this question. She came out and was like, yo, I don't want to talk about that. And as a journalist myself, and somebody who has interviewed a lot of people, I understand why this lady, the article doesn't show her name. I understand why she asked her. If you have a podcast or you're writing a paper or whatever it is, any sort of journalistic story, of course you want to talk to the person about the things that most people remember them for, especially in the past year or so. So where a lot of people are saying that it was wrong for the person who was asking the question to ask her about that, to bring that up, from her side, I understand. Now, I love how Lizzo handled answering the question. What I didn't like is how the interviewer asked her a second time. If she said no, you didn't have to ask a second time. This is not Kamala Harris or Donald Trump. This is not a politician or Justin Trudeau, where, hey, we the people, you need to ask us questions. I understand grilling a politician, but a celebrity with something that is delicate to them, they give you one time a no. I don't think you should have to go back and ask a second time. But let's go to the interview, and you guys tell me what you think.
You had some allegations against you of sexual harassment and creating a hostile work environment, all of which you have denied. How did you feel when that news came to light?
I don't want to talk about things like that. This isn't the space for. We're celebrating female CEOs and powerful women. This isn't really the space to talk about the negative things.
We have to ask the question to give the powerful woman the opportunity to answer in her own words.
I don't think this is the platform for that.
Okay.
Anyways, y'all let me know what you think about that. You think that Lizzo handled it well? I do understand, asking her the question, like I said, but anyways, whatever. All right, let's jump over now to T.I.'s son. King is always getting himself into problems, man. Let's jump over to King Harris. King Harris arrested in Georgia on failure to appear warrant. According to WSB-TV, King Harris was arrested in Georgia on failure to appear warrant. He was pulled over, and when officers checked his records, they found out he was wanted in Pickens County. In a statement, the arresting officer said, I informed Mr. Harris that he would need to speak with him outside and open the driver's side door. Mr. Harris was cooperative, and I removed the firearm from his hip with no issue. Then I had Mr. Harris step out the vehicle and detained him by placing handcuffs on him. I escorted Mr. Harris to my patrol vehicle, conducted a pat-down, and placed him into the rear of my vehicle. So, simple, no stress, no whatever. For those of you who are wondering why he had a gun on him, Georgia is a carry state. I don't think he has any felonies, so of course he can carry. His father is T.I., man. Y'all remember when T.I. was arrested with 200 guns. So anyways, I'm happy to hear that, he was respectable to the officers and he didn't cause any fuss. He's not online being like, yo, F the police, this or whatever. He has warrants. You need to pull him over. He did it and he complied. So shout out to King, and I hope they resolve all the issues that he has. All right, let's go over to everyone's favorite question of the day. All right, what are you absolutely too old for? N_na11 said, fighting over, oh my gosh, fighting over men. She used a derogatory word, but fighting over men. She says, you won, keep them. Real estate Naja says, he says, she says, because I will tell you what, everybody says that, including me. Okay, I guess she's basically saying she's done with the he said, she said. Somebody said clubbing multiple times a week. That was actually yesterday's question. If you're too old for clubbing, and I am never too old for clubbing. Mary Jane said, I am definitely too old for the extra noise. I'm here for that. I get that. Justin PK89 said, going back and forth with anybody, you got it. I'm with whatever you're thinking. Just leave me alone. Somebody also said, I'm too old for all the new slang. Yo, I love new slang, man. Keeps everybody, on their game. So, Birth Mark Queen said, the games these ladies' sons be playing. Super Slow J said, being a 30-plus-year-old man still trying to make it as a rapper. Yo, why you trying to crush people's dreams, man? Somebody said, I'm definitely too old for the drama. Somebody said, I'm definitely too old to be dancing in the club or standing around anywhere. Somebody said, I'm too old for twerking. Somebody said, I'm too old for men lying and playing games. I got zero tolerance. I'm too old for the drinking. I'm too old for sugar drinks. Somebody said, I'm too old for the lies and the games, the foolishness, the arguments, the cheating, the BS. Somebody said, I'm too old for TikTok. Somebody said, I'm too old for brand name clothes. What? How can you be too old for brand name clothes? Somebody said it's too long of a list. And that's about it, the BS. I think people are just, I guess when they get older, they're tired of the BS. Somebody said getting out of bed on weekends. Let me know in the comment section below. What are you too old for? What did you have time for when you were younger that you're just like, yo, this is too much for me? All right, we have a little bit extra time today. We're going to go over to our second question of the day. Name a celebrity that we must protect at all times. I can tell already there's going to be a lot of Chris Brown in here, but let's go to the second question of the day. All right, name a celebrity you should protect at all times. Here we go. First one, Christopher Morris Brown. Chris Brown. Somebody else said, will these celebrities protect us? Studi Bands said Cat Williams. Real Scrappy said all the black ones. Somebody said, what a stupid post. Jazzy Becca said Chris Brown, Justin Bieber, Cat Williams, and the Wayans family. Get Kitty said we got to protect God. Exclusive CEO said protect your own. These celebrities have their bodyguards. Black Pyramid said Christopher Maurice Brown because y'all be messing with him and we will fight for him. Somebody else said we need to protect Jesus. Somebody said Dave Chappelle because he's warned us about the industry before anybody else did. 504 Pooh Bear said we need to protect Kanye West, hands down. Somebody said we need to protect Ashanti and Nelly. Another person said Chris Brown, Jim Carrey, Angela Bassett. Candace Owens needs to be protected at all times? Really? Rod Wave. Somebody said protect Cardi B at all costs. Rihanna, another Rihanna, Future, Oprah and the Obamas, Britney Spears, Beyonce. I was wondering when Beyonce was going to come up. Who else here? That's it. Yeah. Riri, a lot of repeated. Let me know in the comment section below. Add to this. What is a celebrity that you feel is protected that we need to protect at all times? No matter what anybody says about them, you're going to defend them. Let me know. Send me an email, trent@cfqr600.com. Send me a DM at Trent Out Loud. All right, this brings us to sports news. All right, Lonzo Ball makes his comeback to the Chicago Bulls, and they give him the game ball. I saw his first shot that he took. He made a three. I'm not sure of his total points, but he did well. Always happy to see the Lonzo brothers doing well. It makes me think, this is why I wanted to talk about this, whatever happened to like the Lonzo Ball's dad. What's his name? I can't remember. You guys remember back in the day when he came on the scene and he was on Sports Center. I remember him at conferences doing talks like, my sons are going to take over basketball. Melo, Lonzo, I can't remember the other one's name, but the Ball brothers were supposed to take over basketball. The father was like, yo, I could beat Michael Jordan in one-on-one back in the day. He talked so much smack. It's still good that he still got two sons in the NBA. You got to give him credit for that. I mean, it's hard to just get one son in the NBA. So the fact that he got two of them in the NBA was really well. But if anybody knows what has happened to Lonzo and Melo, Melo and Lonzo's father, let me know. And actually, tag his name below too, because I can't remember his name, or send me an email. All right, that is it. Thank you so much for kicking it with me all week. Before I let you guys go, I just want to remind you of all the ways to keep up with the Trend Out Loud podcast. If you're used to watching this podcast on YouTube or podcast platforms, please try to check me out Monday through Friday from 11 to 12 on CFQR600.com or 600 AM if you're in the Montreal area. We do play the Trend Out Loud podcast, but we mix it in with 90s and 2000s hip hop and R&B. It's a great hour. It's a great way to get your entertainment and viral news while listening to your favorite hits, and I select the music so you know it's dope. Vice versa, if you're used to listening to the show on CFQR 600 and you can't always catch the show from 11 to 12, let me tell you all the 3 ways to keep up with the show, because we know you're busy. You're not always free from 11 to 12. One, on the app, we do have a new feature on the CFQR 600 app. When you're on the website, click listen again and you will see Trend Out Loud. Just click it. You'll see all the podcasts listed there from 300 all the way back to 1. So you can listen to yesterday's or go back to last week. I recommend always keeping up to date and listen to the past week. All right. There's that way. Also, there is, of course, YouTube and, of course, podcast platforms. Just go to your desired site, type in Trend Out Loud. The show will pop up. Don't forget to hit the follow and subscribe button so that you can be notified whenever we upload a new show, and we upload daily, as you guys know. If you're like me and you like to watch your podcast, if you'd like to see on video, there's YouTube, but also Spotify now supports video. So you can check us out on YouTube and Spotify. Lastly, you can stay up to date with me on any social platform at Trend Out Loud. Don't forget to follow the production company, Exclusivity Media, on Instagram. And lastly, for those of you who are listening on CFQR 600, don't touch that dial. Stay tuned for Dawn Smooth with the Midday Mix coming up. All right, that is it. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I will see you on Monday. That was weird. I will see you Monday. Peace. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Trend Out Loud. Peace.